All right, me and Chong are on the dog walk, and he's already starting rolling through the grass. And here we are. We're at Chong Park. I think there's some dogs in the other part, so we're gonna stick to this part. But how's everybody doing? All right, he just wants to go everywhere today. Come on, Chong, this way. He gets very excitable when he's in the house for 8 hours waiting for me to get off. He did all this work to get by a tree. Okay, now he's peeing. But how's everybody doing? Me and Chong are good. And I am going to be coming on later today to do a sketch. I'm going to try to get the Reaper done today. One of my coworkers said she wanted a Reaper, so Reaper's always a fun draw. I do like drawing things like that. Alright, now I'm going to go under this fence. Alright, here we go. And then here's where Coyoteville is. And here is, they say don't mow in this area. They mow here, but they don't mow there. That's how that goes. But here he goes for his big walk of the day, because I'm exhausted. I truly am. I'm going to be more exhausted tomorrow. But that is the life of a medical worker. But it's nice and peaceful. I don't know if you could hear the crickets. There's a lot of crickets in there. And I have my feet, I got bit so many times down the park on my last dog walk with him. I'm not trying to go through these tall things because I got bit. And I think it was from mosquitoes. So that's not happening. Chong, you're not going in there. And here he goes with his rolling. This is why he gets a bed bath every day. When we were down the park, the big park, there was a whole big pile of deer poop, and he decided to try to roll in the poop, and I was dragging him out, and I had to literally push him in the bathtub. He enjoys rolling in things. I don't know if that's normal. I couldn't tell you, but at least it's only with coyote poop and deer poop, it seems. And I will tell you, deer poop and coyote poop have big piles. They really do, and I never thought in my entire lifetime I would know the difference of poop. But I do. Who knows what you find out when you're older. I like these flowers. I think they're wild weeds, but they're really cool. I find the most unique things in nature interesting. And then God sent me a photographer. One of my residents is a professional photographer. of all things. He said I have an eye for getting the good camera scenes, but he said I need a special kind of camera. So now I have someone to teach me the ways. So hopefully I'm going to go ahead and get one of these digital cameras he's talking about. Chong, don't bother the doggy. We're sticking out back here. Oh, well, sometimes that's what dogs do. What are you going to do? The little dogs always fight with the big dogs. Even though the big dogs look at them like, why are you barking to growling? No, Chong. We're going to walk around this way. No, Chong. Hey, Chong. No. I said no, Chong. This way. This way. We're not going by the dog. Chong, you're not going by the dog. Come on. Ugh. Sometimes you can hang out the back of the park and it's not so bad. All right, come on. We could go around this way, Chong. There's other ways to walk around. Come on. That doggy doesn't want to play, okay? I'm sorry. Let's go. Well, we're going over here, and after these towers and stuff, there's a lot of deer that's in this forest. There's also a lot of wolf coyotes over here. And that's the thing. You don't want to be here past 9 o'clock. I came across a wolf coyote walking Chong around 10 o'clock. And he had dark fur. And okay, now he's swirling this way. And it was scary. You know, I literally just stood there and I'm really glad he already ate his meal, but at that day there was a little dog that came up missing. Literally the wolves went and grabbed the little dog right up out of their backyard. So, see, here's more of those wild flowers right there. They're really nice. I'm sure they're wild flowers. Most people probably call them weeds. And then there's a lot of good trees around here. A lot of good, happy trees. I like trees. Trees are some of my favorite things. Well, we're going to walk here, and then there's a grouchy old lady this way. All right, Chong. No, you're not going up in there. You don't know what the hell's in there. See, this is why I don't know why. I know some people, they'll have their dog off leash, but some of these wildlife areas, I don't completely trust. And I really, really don't, because sometimes there's not good things in secluded spaces when you're going out on wilderness walks. And sometimes dogs don't know. So this happens. But there's this grouchy old lady that doesn't like that me and Chong walk on the city side where her house is, because she says that my dog makes her dogs bark. And here's a nice little bush here. I like this bush. It's really pretty. And I think all the bees are over here pollinating these flowers. I do like to keep track of all the wildlife in my area. I think it's a good idea sometimes. Then you know when things are going bad or things aren't going bad. Are you worn out, Chong? What we got up here? See, these the ones are dying. So then they got some more here. These are cute. These flowers. See those flowers? Those are nice. I think these are little sunflowers. There's another one there. They're coming out. And another one over there. Right in here. It's really cute and pretty. And then there's these little moth things running around. And then over in here, I don't know if you can see right in this dense forest here. A lot of things are going on in there. I mean, we could go in there, but I don't know if I would want to try to risk all the bugs, and then you might run into a deer. Because the deer come back this way too. Sometimes the wolves come back this way. So not a lot of, so they just leave it there for the wildlife in the area. And we're gonna go swirl around the other side. All right, come on, Chong. No, you're not going in there. No, that's not happening, Chong. I'm sorry. He does like to sniff to see what's in places. But I think it's like I feel a little bit of rain. I'm pretty sure I do. It would be my luck it started raining. So I'm probably just going to start going home. After that, I'm going to start trucking on home, and I got to find my other pair of glasses, and I'm going to start sketching up the Grim Reaper for my friend. And that came at a special request. This is not just me. I love the Grim Reaper all day long. I think that's the coolest sketch of all, but she actually likes it, so I'm going to make it for her. All right, we're going to walk towards the back of this park again. By Chong's little friend here. No, Chong. No, Chong. Hey, no. Chong. Hey. I know. I know you want to play. I don't think he wants to play, Chong, okay? I'm sorry. Oh, you're okay because we're going to walk past here. I feel a couple raindrops. Over there. I don't know if it was supposed to rain, but I'm not trying to get caught up in rain. But you have a good day. All right, come on, Chong. Let's move it along. All right. Now we're going out where we came. And then we're going to walk back. This is like the second walk. The first walk, he ended up knocking me over in the grass. Then he felt bad about it. And then I got a grass stain on my sweater. That's coming home from work. Gotta love that. What, Chog? What do you see? Okay, now he's just staring. You're not going over there. Okay, that doggy's gonna be going home. Okay, we're all going home, Chong. All right, now he's a rolling again. All right, what are you doing? At least we made it to the park, Chong. All right, now we'll take one last look at Coyote Valley. We gotta love Coyote Valley. I wonder how many coyotes, the wolf coyotes, are back here. I heard a bunch of them howling at once. So I'm really thinking there's a big pack. There's at least 12 back here, honestly, and they probably had babies by now. So there's probably a huge pack of them somewhere. So we just try to keep close to home at a certain time. And that's a good dog tip of the day. If you know if there's areas of high coyotes and stuff, don't try to go out real late with your dog. Just don't, because it's not a good thing. Even with the big dog, it only takes two of them grouping up against one dog, and they will fight to the death. And then they'll kill your dog. So I was hoping to get a bird. Sometimes the eagle comes by over here. And then we have some falcons, some other birds of prey around here also. I try to live stream when I'm outside because I seen this eagle once. And I couldn't even get my camera going because it was like it was there, and it's so fast when it's flying. That's it. You got to be on your toes with these eagles. All right, I'm gonna go under here now. We just got little birds today. I don't know if you've seen that one. No, just little birds. Are you getting tired? Okay, he's not getting tired. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to have all of his junk out there. I'm really not. I'm letting him get it all out. He does this for a little bit while he's being wild. Okay, now he wants to just look around. He knows after this we're going home, so this is what he does. What, that doggy's going home, Chong? You know, the doggies just don't stay out all the time. It's not safe for doggies around here. Really isn't, or cats. We've had they'll eat cats too. They've ate people's cats. It's crazy. Some of the wildlife around here is too much, if you think about it. There's so many protected acres over by the metro parks, and they have other protective areas. I know there was that we don't have a whole lot of homeless over here because they'll bother you when you're sleeping. It's in Ohio. It's kind of hard. It's dangerous in some parts to be homeless. The coyotes can come get you, and they have. They went after some lady in a suburb. She was in the park, and she was screaming, and they called the cops. So they're trying to keep this down, the population, but I don't know. One never knows about these things. Okay. There's more of this. Alright, you done with your rolling around, Chong? I think he's a little worn out. They've been out here 20 minutes walking around. And I took him earlier and he just didn't have enough of a walk, I guess. But I always put the dog music on. And they have it on YouTube. You can play it for 24 hours. You can play it for 12 hours. They have some you can play for 8. It does seem to calm him. So I play that every single time I go to work. And I always have 2 puppy pads down. This way, if you got to do his business, since I'm an apartment, he can do it. And he always goes literally just right by the puppy pad. So I'm kind of lucky there. And he doesn't tear up my house. And he does not touch any of my art. Nothing. He likes my art. He likes to watch me make it. So I never got to worry about that with Chong. Just these squirrels. Because he really hates squirrels. I've never seen a dog hate squirrels as much as him. I might go through this little condominium place by me so we can get extra little energy out before I go home. There's a lot of traffic. And I'm keeping this short because we all know that Mr. Chong enjoys trying to bark at trucks like he's going to make them stop. And he doesn't realize that they're going to run his ass over. And he just really hates trucks. So, that's Chong for you. And here's another procession of cars. You would think, I don't know, I forgot what time of the day this is, but you would think at this time of day, you would at least have a break in traffic. But there's not. And we don't even have a huge population. I don't know where all the traffic comes from. I've been trying to figure that out for years. Chong, traffic has to stop at some point, okay? I'm hoping after these 4 cars I can do something. Just start going one way and then go another. And there's no stoplight at all, which I'm sure a lot of cats and dogs have been hit on the street. Especially the one up the road because it's 50 miles per hour, like Pet Cemetery. And his crazy ass, he will sit there and try to go after it. Alright, come on. Stop walking so slow. Walk faster. Alright, we made it across the street. Alright, we're going to go this way, Chong. Come on. We're going to go through the houses since you did your number 2. Come on, Chong. Somebody's home and you're trying to pee on their plants. They put that flower bush there not for you to pee on. Chong is something. I think it's because he's used to being in the park, honestly. But now you know why it takes me so long sometimes to get on YouTube, because of this walk that has to happen. Even if he did all of his business, to get all his little exercise in. He's a high energy dog, is what he is. And he has to sniff each and every yard. I walk 3 steps and then I gotta stop all the time. Alright, Chong, let's go across the street. I'm trying to eventually get back home, Chong. Come on. Let's go. You're so nosy when other people come out. Alright. Here we go now. We're away from that car. Come on, Chong. Quit staring at him. You're the worst stalker, Chong. People just be looking at me sometimes. For real. They be because Chong sits there and does all that and will stare at him, and sometimes he's the worst like this. He is a people watcher. Some dogs don't care. He does. He watches all the people. You guys sniff this too, Chong? Yeah, I guess he does. Yeah, we're gonna go this way. All right. Sometimes it's better because I don't feel like having to contend with if a big truck comes by. All right. There we go. We found another little spot. All right, let's go, Chong. All right, let's go. We're not stalking the people up here. We're just trying to walk through. Let's just walk through like normal people. But sometimes being with Chong is not a normal experience. Okay, now we're moving a little bit. But I've been over here for 27 minutes for a basic small dog walk. Basic small. I mean, I was not walking for 3.5 hours after being on my feet for 8 hours. Tomorrow's going to be a 12-hour day, but then come Monday, I don't have to worry about being at work, which would be nice. Oops. All right, number 2 again. All right, I am going to go ahead and I got to pick this up. I'm going to put this in my purse and pick this poop up and move him away from it so he doesn't get his paw up in it. All right, I'm just throwing this in here. All right, hang on, Chong. We got to pick up the poop. All right. Okay. All right. I'm back. Chong, hang on. I gotta hold the bag, and I do recommend getting small kitchen bags. So, and I don't recommend using small ones when you're out in a dog walk, unless you want to get poop on your hands, because that can happen, and it's not good when that happens. So. That is the dog recommendation of the day. Make sure you have good bed. See, this one says pick up poop. You've got to pick up your poop in this areas. You probably got surveillance cameras over here, honestly. Because these people know if you picked up your poop or not. They do for real. Alright, Chong. Stop pulling. Alright, we're moving up the street. Alright, stop licking the grass, Chong. Come on. Chong, stop. They could have chemicals on there. I always worry about chemicals on the grass. Because, sometimes you do. Because people want to keep weeds out of their yard and stuff like that. They really do. And then that's what you get. Oh, these are pretty flowers. Right here. That's nice flowers. Then we got two people walking up in the street. And I'm trying to hold a thing of dog poop here. I don't know where my life went when I turned 50. Come on, Chong. Hello, how you doing? Come on, Chong. Let's go. This dog doesn't like you in his yard, Chong. Come on. The dog's barking in the window. Alright. I'm moving up the street. I've only been out for 31 minutes so far. At least this is one way where Chong acts like it's going to be a short walk, and I can prove that it's not. Doing it this way. But how are you guys doing today? I got into it with my nurse today. Okay, I thought it was another poop. I go to change somebody, and I did a whole bed change and stuff, and he had an IV in him, right? So she comes over. She always says this crazy, stupid stuff that makes me want to just start screaming. And then she goes, "Oh, did you do that with his shirt?" And he had a dirty shirt on. And I had the hospital gown halfway on and stuff like this. I said, "I would love to take off the shirt, but there's an IV needle in there, and I'm not supposed to be touching that." And I tell them I don't want to be involved going to the DON's office for touching an IV. And then the other nurse comes in, and he goes, "Oh, Michelle." This is what he did. But if you see somebody that just did a bed change and a hospital gown halfway on, why would you ask a question like that? Obviously, the person was trying to change the shirt. And she always does this stuff, like I'm trying to do this. There's a truck right there, so I can't tape that. But yeah, this is what this one nurse does to me, and she bothers my soul sometimes with the stupid talk, I like to call it. And this is what she does. And then she looked at me and didn't know what to say. She was speechless. But I literally had dirty linen backed up and everything. And it's just like, come on now. I get it, you're passing pills, but I can't sit there and mess with the needles. They know this, but they act crazy anyways. All right, come on, Chong. You can't be on people's grass like this. Come on, let's go. There. Now we're finally moving up a little bit in the street. I think he got one of those fuzzy things on him. I'll have to take that off when I get home. I thought the poop was done. Apparently it wasn't. Oh, another pee. He should be good for a while, I'm hoping. Because I'd like to get on and be able to do a live stream with the tarot cards and getting the sketch done with the Grim Reaper for my friend. That would be nice. So hopefully all this walk is out of his system. Alright, Chong, come on. Let's go this way. Alright. Off we go. It'd be nice if they had little garbage areas for dog walkers. One day I would like to try to institute this. It would be nice. Don't you dare, Chong. See, there he goes with these trucks again. This is why he personally can never be off the leash. Ever. Because he'd be the first one coming up hurt or something, so. Alright, get off of this grass. Chong, you cannot be on this grass like this. Come on. They don't like when you're on their front grass. They don't. People don't like that. Alright, now he's trying to go after a random car. This is what he does. He thinks he can get in all these cars. But we are almost home. And then I am so ready to relax a second and start sketching. I would have liked to do it when I got home, but I got put on one of my first small dog walk with falling into the grass. Came in and ate because I didn't eat all day. And then he starts this, wanting a big walk. But this is Chong for you. It looks like he's kind of getting tired. But this has been 36 minutes and I think he's good after now. And thank God I don't have little bags because this bag is swinging and at least I know it's contained. Because big dogs have big poops, friends. Yes, they do. Big poops. And you gotta have bigger bags for it. Alright, Chong, I got something in my shoe. Stop. Stop. Alright. Chong, stop. Alright. Okay. Alright. I got a rock or something. I have my happy slippers on. Alright, now we're finally at the apartment area. Thank goodness. I don't want to hear about squirrels. I've had enough, Chong, for today. I'm hoping my brother can get the grass stain out of my sweater. That's all I know. Alright, come on, Chong, let's go. Alright. Finally moving again. Thank God. And I had to wait 38 minutes to find a place for the poop. 38 minutes, tell you. Sometimes when you're a dog walker, you're literally holding on to poop for close to an hour trying to find a spot to get rid of it. Alright, come on. Let's go over here to this garbage. Come on. Alright. Let's go. Alright. I finally found a garbage I could dump this out on. Chong, hang on. I gotta throw this away. Alright. I had to wait all the way till I got back home. Alright. Go ahead. We're going in on the back way. Hopefully he takes a nice little nap after all this activity. But you got the Chong dog walk when we go to the small park. You even got to see him with a little dog. Pretty soon I'm going to take him back to the dog park, but I don't know how people would feel about me vlogging there. Because a lot of people don't want to be on camera. They're real funny about it. I don't see the big difference. You go in the store, you're on camera anyways. You're on security footage. They want to make sure you're not shoplifting and things like that. But the minute you ask them if they want to be on YouTube, all of a sudden, oh no, I can't do that. So, but we're going into the door now. All right, what are you doing? What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is, so we're just going to walk around. I'm just going to let that bug be peaceful by himself. All right, Chong. I'm not going to be dragged into shrubbery and stuff and trees. Now he's looking for his friends. Sometimes I don't trust certain bugs. Because you never know. See, his little friend lives over here. He likes his little friend. Your friend's not out, Chong. Come on. She's a pit bull black lab. And they get along pretty well. Come on. I guess he has to do the walk around here. Yeah, and then that's their other little spot they meet up at. And then this is the highway area. But it's a nice little area that you can walk your dog at. But I just go ahead and take them to the baseball park. Everyone takes their dogs there. It's quick and easy, and the park is only 15 minutes away, so a lot of people around here take their dogs there. Alright, come on, Chong. Chong, come on. Alright, well, I'm going to cut this off, and I'll be on soon to do Grim Reaper and sketch the Reaper. And thank you for watching the Chong the Dog walk.